I'm sorry to displace one predator to talk about another predator.
She's all confused.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lucy. But, this is Predator 2! Which, okay. This is a fundamentally much sillier film than the first one. The first one was funnier.
There were wacky support characters and everything.
Because Shane Black is a really good scriptwriter. But just logically, this is more silly. Because it's like... a lot of the stuff involving police procedural and stuff does not make much sense. It doesn't gel very well with the alien idea. The other one was all like, here we are being all Rambo and stuff, then suddenly alien. And this one is like, police, alien, police, alien, police, alien, police, alien.
Snoop Dogg, and I don't even know.
Yeah, a guy looked like Snoop Dogg.
It really did.
Plus, I'm pretty sure at least 2 parts of this were levels I'd played in Saints Row 2.
Psh.
It's just fundamentally sillier.
You could feel the high 80s ebbing away into the 90s.
Yeah. Plus, okay, this is a weird thing about the Predator movies, which I'm sure you've noticed if you've watched them. The film's hero gets less and less likely as they go. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Pretty damn likely. I mean, let's be honest here.
Post-Lethal Weapon 2, Danny Glover.
No.
I'm too old for this shit. Adrian the Pianist Brody. I want a Predator 4 starring Stephen Hawking.
That was a joke that I made
And
before it. She stole it. She stole it.
Believe it or not, I intended to make the same joke before you said it.
No.
He's just the obvious person to be the least likely person to fight a predator.
Steals my lines all the time. You have no idea what it's like living with him.
Though, I have to say, now I've read this somewhere, and I'm pretty sure it's the case. If I'm wrong, let me know. But Gary Busey's character was supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger originally, but he decided to do Terminator 2 instead. And I really wish it had been.
It's really strange seeing Gary Busey coherent. I don't know. I mean,
you never saw Tribulation.
I saw your review of it. But, like, I mean, I understand he had a traumatic brain injury and that's why he is the way he is, but it's just weird. It's just,
You ever seen his son being a Nazi at the center of the earth?
Don't think so.
It happened in a movie.
I believe you. But, yeah, it's very much like, there were a lot of cop tropes. You know, like, it's all about the team. You know, you're too close. You need to stay away from this case.
Yeah, which is fine, you know, because the first one used action tropes and sort of Vietnam movie tropes.
Like, the third one's going to be a rom-com. I mean, if that's right.
Logically should be, but unfortunately it's more of a remake of the first one with more sci-fi-ness. Because the third one's basically a remake/sequel. It's one of those ones where it could be either, depending if you squint or not.
Yeah, and the Predator had better toys in this one.
He did, but this...
He had, like, an alchemy lab to, like, you know, make cauterization thing.
And he had the killer frisbee / batarang, and he had, like, a spiky thing, and he attracted lightning for some reason.
Ass.
And he was lightning his net and stuff. But, okay. Plus he had his eagle claw.
Scree!
Like Canon Lex. But, theory I have is that the Predators, as we see them in the films, the first one is basically a seasoned veteran, lone wolf. He is properly good at this, and that's why he's gone to Earth, he's gone to the jungle, he is taking on guys on their own turf, he's brought minimal equipment. He is serious about it.
Yeah, and then at the end he's like, you fight with honor, so I will fight you barehanded.
And then in this one, you've got this guy, there's a crew of them, they've all come to the city. And the city is a stupid place to hunt because there's a lot of people with guns, which is good for killing, but it's also good for being spotted and killed.
It's a good thing they weren't in, like, Montana or shit. There'd be no population left.
Yeah, so it's a good... It shows that one of the Predators in 2 have less self-control. They're very confident. But the one that we're following constantly makes mistakes. It's spotted twice within the first 5 minutes. It's just constantly doing everything. It's leaving a lot of evidence. It stands on top of a skyscraper screaming while being struck by lightning. It's like... The comparison we made for it was this is basically like a bro predator who's like in his early 20s, like a college kid who's got a popped collar who just decided to go down there. He's
totally gonna kill some humans, bro.
Just imagine if Mitt Romney's one of his kids decided to become a predator and go and hunt in a lesser species
with expensive toys and shit like that.
Yeah, he's got all the best stuff. And he's like, I could totally kick the ass of anyone, but he's making all these rookie mistakes. He's just really crap. If you notice, there were so many other ones on the ship. None of them were spotted. They were doing things correctly.
Either that or they weren't hunting.
I think they probably were hunting. Why would you go all the way to Earth just to not hunt?
I don't know, maybe they have like something to do, like gather radioactive elements. I don't know whatever aliens get
Maybe
up to.
maybe it was his first hunt, so they were there for moral support. Or
Yeah,
something.
it was kind of like he was
the grandparents
going to become a man in the eyes of the planet.
and the grandparents were
Tribe.
like, have fun. You bring us back a nice new scar.
Bring us back a nice skull from the moon.
But
And we saw the same extra twice in 2 different scenes. We're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
You were an extra before.
plus there was the media guy who clearly was. Imagine if it was Bill O'Reilly. If Bill O'Reilly in the '90s, before he was the O'Reilly Factor, when he did Inside Edition, if you actually give a shit about journalism and the truth, but he was still an ass. That's who that guy was.
Actually, it's about ethics in predator journalism.
Yes, we spotted Adam Baldwin as well. Being really annoyed they didn't get to fight the Predator. That's possibly why he's so aggressive right now on the internet.
Probably. And a guy that looked like a beefy version of Agent Krychek from X-Files.
That actually might have been Adam Baldwin.
Really?
Because it was different scenes. I only spotted it was Adam Baldwin whenever they were in the...
Yeah, but this
The guy
that
Busey,
was
freezer
He was
scene.
an extra, though.
Oh,
He was just one of the random, like, federal guys just around.
possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
They... We
So
had-
professionally Google things.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to Google something right now. I am, but it's not that. But we had Bill Paxton getting the trifecta of being killed by monsters.
Ooh, nice word, trifecta.
Yeah. Killed by the Terminator in Terminator, killed by the aliens in Aliens, and now in 1992, 6 years after Aliens, he gets killed by the Predator. The only man to be killed by all 3. Lance Henriksen was killed in a Terminator film, a Predator film, and an Alien film. Sort of a Predator film. It was Aliens versus Predators, but it was like... And he wasn't killed by the aliens, so he doesn't... He's like a... you can have Lance Henriksen in that list too, but with an asterisk. But Bill Paxton, he got the 3-way.
You think too much about life sometimes, I mean, I'm just saying.
I know, silly
But yeah,
things.
so it was like in the gritty city, and there was like this random drug dealer war, which... okay, like there was like, the Jamaican gang, for some reason, are in like Los Angeles fighting a Mexican gang. Why aren't they in like Florida, but whatever. And of course, the Jamaicans smoke pot. And that's alright, fair enough. And do voodoo, because they're Haitian.
Who knows the power of the voodoo?
Whoa,
You do. Voodoo? Who
Stop
knows
it.
the power of the voodoo?
I'm gonna leave this vlog immediately. But yeah, so I was like, It would have been cooler if the head of the Jamaican gang was Snoop Dogg, we were saying. But
Yeah, one of the guys in the back of the car that picks up Danny Glover
kind of looks like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, okay guys, audience, this is the first time Omega will see the original Predators, and I forgot to do this during part 1. This is Jean-Claude Van Damme in the suit. This is one of the reasons
You better turn it over, otherwise the
they
thing's
stopped-
going to have to unlock the screen again.
they stopped filming and redesigned it.
Looks like Anubis.
You can look it up yourself.
This is so professional, just letting you know. Yeah, if it had like little horns, or like little ears,
And that's what it looked like in filming.
with the green screen.
That was the equivalent to because they had to use a red suit
It
in
does
order
look kind
to...
of like a duck.
Yeah, they had to do the red suit in order to blend it out of the background. It's like a reverse green screen.
Okay. So there that was.
But,
It's the gritty city. It's 1992, and it's almost the 90s.
it was 97.
No, I mean when they shot it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was supposed to be 1997, and they all had futuristic sidearms because, of course,
Yeah, with like
the
little
future
things.
was going to happen in 5 years.
It was like Tom Selleck movie Runaway, directed by Michael Crichton, where they just like, it's the future! We have like little things on top of the guns. That shows us the future.
There were no yellow jumpsuits. Yellow jumpsuits.
Bill Paxton, he wore a yellow suit, and he jumped at least once.
Doesn't work. Not the future, no yellow jumpsuits. But yeah, so it was... There you go. I mean, it was okay, I guess. The first one was better.
I think it gets a lot of negative hype. Like,
There was like a sassy woman, and she was like,
the woman from The
"I'm
Running
so
Man.
sassy.
She was in The Running Man. It took me like 2 scenes to work out who it was because it's been so long since I'd watched this. But the Predators cover actually says 4 stars. Finally, the sequel the original deserves. And I'm like, fuck you, reviewer. Fuck you. Predator 2 is fine. It's not as
It
good
kind
as
of
Predator.
felt for like a few during like the comic relief scenes, like we were about to meet the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
It didn't look like the Turtles' first movie, yeah.
A little teeny bit.
But like Predator.
Oh
2
no, it's the Foot Clan. They're totally gonna beat up the Latin Kings. Oh no. Foot Clan.
Predator 2. It's okay. It's not
That
as
was a
good as
flying
one.
kick, by the way. I was like,
It's not as good as one. It's sillier than one. It makes less sense than one. However, it's definitely not bad or terrible. It's fine.
It has not discrepancies. It lacks some Arnold, is what it lacks. We were just
Arnie should have played Gary Busey's character.
It's deficient of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
They could have. They should have done this. Okay, Predator. If they had Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Gary Busey's character, it's like, I'm going to do stuff with the Predator and get killed, and then they should have cut off the ending so that Hagan was stuck on the spaceship at the end of 2, and then for Predators, because obviously Lawrence Fishburne turns up, could have been make that one Danny Glover. It could have been a Predator movie thing. The previous star ends up in the second one as a side character and gets killed.
Like you do, you know.
It would be an interesting thing for this show to have.
But yeah, it was alright. I mean, you know. Is this one of the things you're going to yell at me for not having enough opinions, like the last one?
No. This was directed by the guy who Lost in Space.
Oh, I never saw that.
Oh dear.
Well, I heard it was bad.
It wasn't good, but it had a lot of cool little bits.
You know, like if
some of the
if I'm going to see a
was
movie
cool.
and then I hear that it's bad, I'm like, well, I'm not going to go see that movie. I'm not like you. I don't just go see it regardless.
I don't think he gives a shit.
On the wall over there, there's like a picture of a xenomorph
And a Predator.
and
playing chess.
Playing chess. I just thought.
No, are they playing chess or is it cards?
It looks like they're playing chess.
They're playing something.
Yeah, in a library. So we just thought that you should know that.
So join us soon for Predators, which I believe took about 15 years to come out after Predator 2. But we're going to watch Doctor Who first, and technically in between Predator 2 and Predators there was Alien vs. Predator 1 and 2, but those are being treated as a separate thing because as far as I'm concerned they're not canon. Alien 3 Director's Cut, which is the only cut of Alien 3 that I recognize exists because it's fucking good, it proves that Bishop was a fucking human at the time of Alien 3, so therefore cannot have been Charles Bishop Wayland from Alien vs. Predator. And I don't care that it doesn't make much sense in the context. It means that Alien vs. Predator didn't fucking happen, so I can wash my hands of it, and if I can find a way to do that with Prometheus too, I'll do that as well.
Settle down, dear. Your blood pressure.
Fucking Alien vs. Predator and Prometheus.
I don't... But fuck. Yeah, so that's good, and that's enough out of us.
I'm gonna do a Prometheus video at some point. It'll be entitled Prometheus' Bone Kickers the Movie.
Oh, Jesus fuck. But yeah, so that's been us. We're gonna order some takeaway now.
Watch Doctor Who and then Predators.
This takeaway place, well, it's not a takeaway place, it's a restaurant. You can take away from there. It's Indian, Italian.
Or both.
Together. I almost said Australian.
Yeah, you can get like curry and...
Curry pizza if you want.
Yeah, curry pizza, curry pasta, you can mix stuff together. It's good.
But don't get the calamari because you pay like about £5 and you get like 3 little rings. You're like, well...
Yeah, or you can get the tandoor sort of set and just get big piles of variously colored meats.
She was like, I was like, I want to get this, get calamari, and they were the same price. And they brought up this big, huge, heaping thing of meats for
and they're all bright red.
Little sauces and things like that. And they're like, oh, here you go. And I got like
3 onion rings.
And I was like, 3 onion ring size calamari. I was like, £5 enough. That's all from us, actually.